You know how they do.
Hey,
What's up? What's up?
what's up, y'all?
How y'all doing?
How's everything going?
Everything.
I am good.
What's up?
Let me turn this down.
How y'all
Yeah.
doing?
How's everything going?
Everything.
I am good.
Amen.
Just
It's happening.
all that.
There's a lot
What
of.
is happening?
Hold on, Sharita. I think that's you. That's you. You gotta turn it.
But what
You're
happened?
cracking everything off.
Hold on, Sharita. I think that's you. That's you.
Turn your radio down, like they say on the radio.
But I'm on one device.
Sharita, I think that's you. That's you.
Turn your radio down, like they say on the radio.
Holy.
Let me.
Sharita, I think that's you. That's you. No.
Turn your radio down, like they say on the radio.
Holy.
Let me.
You still hear that?
What is it?
No. That is wild.
Okay.
You still hear that, right?
Hold
You still hear
on.
that?
Let me take everything out.
Yeah, take everything out.
All right.
Okay, what was that?
Maybe my Facebook page probably popped up on my laptop.
Okay. Look, I was like, what is that?
You know, you have tabs up. I guess I can't have any tabs up.
Okay, great.
Oh, so it wasn't me then.
Oh,
We like turn the radio down. It's Sharita. Jonas said it first.
I did. My bad. So yeah, so how's everybody's week? What's going on? Everything new?
Just working.
Just working.
Just working and watching the craziness going around the world, you know.
Nah.
Trying to stay
I
sane.
stopped watching CNN. I stopped watching all of that, honestly, because it was stressing my face out.
Mm-hmm. It's boring now anyway.
Mm-hmm.
When I watch I watch to support the black anchors to make sure their shows stay online or stay on air. You know, because CNN and MSNBC actually hired a lot of young black anchors, or the ones that they already had. They have their own shows now, so I try to support them or like record them just so they can get the credit. But I ain't watching them.
Yeah, I don't need them, but no.
I've been working my butt off. That's what my week has been.
Oh yeah, because you're in tax season.
Because I'm in tax season, yeah. So with my individual clients, my business clients, and all of that stuff, it's just a lot. But I'm managing, and I'm here, so it's all good.
Helping other people get their money together, and their business together. So that's awesome.
Look, it reminds me of our guest that has coming in. That's one thing that we have coming in today. That's one thing that he and I have in common is that we some hustlers.
Yeah.
We got so many different areas where, we have businesses and, trying to generate that income. So that's why I'm super excited about our guest today. We just
y'all some hustlers. The thing about it is I understand the hustle because that was me at one point. But after a while, though, it's like you got to have stamina.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta have stamina and the go-to and the want to. You gotta have the stamina. Now, I'm a hustler. I know how to make $1. Okay.
Okay.
But just like what we said, on the flyer, is it as easy as it looks? No.
It's the balancing of it. Like, okay, I work at the post office. My hours are crazy. Then I'm teaching. Then I have a whole family. Then I got to create routines and make playlists and this and that. Like we whether we think about it or are conscious of it, like we're all grinding, doing different things, just adulting. But like when you add like 10,000 different things to it, it's like a balancing act, and then you try to figure out how can you balance out life, work, your passion, your goals, friendship, relationships. Like it's a lot.
Yeah, and it's like I've had the taste for 3 years of entrepreneurship, 3 straight years of
Woo.
entrepreneurship,
Full-time
and
entrepreneurship.
full-time entrepreneurship. You know what I'm saying? And when we had the business, we had supplements, we had cooking demonstrations, we had all types of stuff, but it took so much work,
Mm-hmm.
And after a while, like I said, if your stamina starts to wane, you'll see a dip in your hustle. You'll see a dip in your motivation and all of that. So, but we got to take into account everything that's going on in your life. So it's like if you're able to balance all of that and keep your hustle at 100, do it. But I ain't lying. Those 3 years, I was like,
it's like nothing is going to be at 100.
That's why it's better to do it when you're young, because as you get older, you don't want to be doing all that stuff. You just want to sit home and watch TV.
That's it. Golden girl. Golden girls.
But the thing is, like, so many of us, like myself, I didn't get into this until my late 30s. So I wish I would have known that this is what I wanted to do. But like a lot of people, even a lot of famous people that are millionaires now, they don't start until their late 30s, their 40s. Like some actors don't start until later years, or like Vera Wang, I think she started in her 40s. So it is better to start young. I think it's easier to start young, but man, sometimes you just be like, I'm in my 40s and all of a sudden I want to do a whole new career. And it's like,
but then again, it's just like our passion is fitness. That's our passion. We love that. So it's like having to, and you all know this, having to keep a job, keep income coming in, keep participants happy, right? Make up routines.
Remain creative.
Remain, smiling all the time. And it's like, no, that is not an easy feat. When I hear people say, oh, I want to be an instructor, you inspire me so much. That's great. You see us get up there and it seems like we just walked out the door and jumped on stage.
Yeah, it's not easy.
There's a lot of time invested behind the scenes.
It's a lot of time, and then you don't want to get stale. You don't want to keep doing the same routines over and over again. So you got to constantly create or learn something that if you're following someone else, learn whatever they're teaching. Like, it's a lot.
It's a lot, man. But like I said, like our special guest, he knows exactly what that's like, because you and him, Sharita, y'all two are doing it even through quarantine now, even through this COVID pandemic. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that I'm curious to learn about, especially from y'all, because y'all are like really, really entrepreneurs. Pandemic, when the world has completely shifted. It's completely moved to a total different arena, which may not get back to what we knew.
Right.
So the fact that you all adjusted and really turned gears, that's amazing to me. That's amazing to me. All of us have the capability of doing it, but the fact that you two are doing it even now, man, kudos to y'all, man.
Right. And it's next month makes a year. March makes
March 13th. March 13th.
Nikki, you're muted. But yeah, it makes a year. I taught my first virtual class on March 18th, 2020.
Wow.
Yeah. And I think we did a joint class, I think, on the 17th, if I'm not mistaken. It was me, Nunu, Jay, and Darren.
Virtual class.
Yeah. At the gym.
Yeah.
Also, real quick, you all, if you are on Facebook, wherever you're at, share this, share this, share this. Let people know. You can comment. I hope that people can comment on our YouTube. Can you share what we're doing, Nicole? Because this is a good tip for any other instructors. What we have going on right now.
I shared it on all of the DMV fitness class pages and things like that.
No, tell them about the streaming service.
Yeah. I know I mentioned it before. So right now we're on StreamYard. I found out about StreamYard over the summer, either the spring or the summertime, while listening to Kev on Stage on his podcast, and he was talking about it. So I looked it up, and I've been using it since I guess spring or summer of 2020. So it's basically a multi-streaming site. They don't have an app, but they have a site, and you go on the StreamYard, you set it up, you can add your Facebook pages, YouTube, Twitter. There's so many different websites that you can add to it from your accounts. I think they even have Twitch. So yeah, check out StreamYard and play around with it. They have 3 different plans. I think they have a free plan, but I pay for mine because I can have more people. Like if we have a big show, we have like maybe 10 people or 8 to 10 people, then they can all be on the screen as well. So it's basically like Zoom and YouTube put together.
Nice.
I actually like it now.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it makes us look very together.
I think.
All right, the ball is in your court now. Tell us about this. Our guest instructor, Nunu. Well, our guest, not instructor, but our guest, Nunu. And let me turn this. Y'all see all my grandkid stuff in the back. And all my little stuff on the wall. I'm trying to decide on how I'm gonna do my walls. I had to turn that a little bit. Why you change this screen, girl? Good Lord. Okay.
Oh, okay. What you like?
Okay, decide which way we going now because okay.
This one.
Don't you do nothing else, Nick.
I'm trying to figure. Look, we're all learning. We're all learning how to
this one is actually good. So when Nunu comes in,
yeah, we're learning YouTube at 41 over here. So we're trying to get this all together because we got to change some things up and figure business out. So today, our special guest, most of y'all should be familiar with him. He's my Scorpio birthday brother, my mentor. He is a baker, a dancer, a choreographer, a fitness instructor, a hairstylist, a party planner, a great listener, a son, uncle, cousin, big brother, creator, and so many other things. Nunu, also known as, Tony Wolf, also known as Nunu of New You Fitness.
What's going on, Nunu?
We have a
Take that background out.
I like that. Oh, you
take that background
out. Why he look like he is like about to broadcast some news or something?
I know, right? He is.
I'm on the news.
In today's
with Newski.
I like Newski.
What's going on?
Welcome, Newski.
I'm so happy to be here.
Well, I am glad that you're here.
Yes.
Yeah, honey. We wanted you. We could not wait to have this conversation with you.
I know. Nikki was giving me all these different dates. And I'm like, I'm booked on that day. I'm booked.
I'm booked. Kelly Price, I'm booked. I'm booked. So, Nicole, you want to kick it off?
All right. So, I think the main reason I wanted you to come on is because, well, we all know that you're very creative. You come from a creative family. I was telling Sharita and Jonas that, like, you got a barber, a baker, a car detailer, a mechanic, and like Mr. Fix It. Like you have so many different people, like all in one family. And I thought that had something to do with how creative, how motivated, how much of a go-getter you are. So I thought we should talk about that along in the conversation too, so that people can know how important it is to have that circle, the people that inspire you and encourage you to do more. So I just wanted to know how your family life.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself from your. So yeah, there's a slight delay here.
Mm-hmm.
I see it now.
Can you? Yeah. It's a delay.
Mm-hmm.
Is it better now?
Yeah.
Okay. It's still a delay.
Nunu, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I hear you.
Okay. So, okay. Thank you. So, Nunu, hearing what Nikki said, tell us a little bit about yourself from your perspective.
Well, of course, you all know that I do a lot. I have a lot of different titles on my shoulder, and I try to be like a Superman, but it's not always easy. It's like I'm doing certain things or trying to have different ways of money coming in to better myself right now, because like I'm working on my credit and trying to do all these different type of things. So I'm trying to have different ways of income to help with my goals. And eventually I could slow down, once I reach those goals. But it's like when you're growing up with people that do it all the time, it just becomes part of your life.
Mm-hmm.
So you just try to figure out like what type of things you can do to make money for yourself. And then like along the way, you always pick up different talents and hobbies that you can do that can also make you money.
So other than the cupcakes, what else do you do?
So I do hair.
What else is?
You mean the things that I get paid for?
Yeah.
Well, hold on, Nunu. Let me rephrase that question. So we know you as Nunu, the fitness instructor. We know you from classes, events. When it's time to hook up, we know when Nunu come on, Nunu is going to bring it. We also know that Nunu has his angels, the new angels, right? Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we know. So when we spend time with you, it's generally in that arena, right? But like Jonas said, we know that we see sometimes you post these beautiful cupcakes that you bake. So outside of us knowing you as the bomb fitness instructor, and of course I can go into other things that I know, but yeah, like Jonas said, what else do you do?
So yes, I do bake cupcakes. I don't bake them as much right now because I do have a new job. So I don't have like time to experiment with different recipes and get orders in like I was in the beginning. So right now it's been like for family and like if I had the time. So like I haven't even been like taking orders and nobody hasn't really been placing anything. So it's been like for family functions right now. My brother also bakes too. He does cakes. So he has a little bit more time than I do because he's off on like Thursdays and Sundays. But yeah, so if y'all want a cake, we can get you a cake. So I can't get you them cupcakes. Y'all can get a cake. Okay. It's still in the family.
Does the cupcake business have a name?
I just call them new cakes.
Cakes.
I came up with that because from fitness and all the women talk about my cakes. So I just was like, well,
wait, and the women
have
talk
a cupcake,
get some and your cakes.
Huh? What'd you say, John?
The women talk about your cakes and your cakes.
Right. So I did a little play off of that with the new
Yeah.
cakes. I got me some new cakes. You do have some new cakes, but you know they ain't my cakes. They cupcakes.
That's funny.
Real quick, for those of you that are watching us live on Facebook, can you type in the comments just to let us know that you can hear us okay, and that we're not breaking up? If you can just type, we hear you just fine or something like that, just so that we'll know that the system is working properly. I would appreciate it.
And share the video for us too. Share the video. Share.
Also, like and subscribe to our new YouTube page if you're on YouTube.
New.
So yes, I do cupcakes. I'm a hairstylist. So with hair, I do hair on the weekends, and I downsize and cut back and do hair every other weekend now, unless I'm doing like a hair deal for that month. So like in March, I have, March Madness. So I did a March knotless braids madness. So right now I'm booked every weekend for knotless braids. I'm doing medium size and large size because I don't, when I do small braids, they hurt my hands. So the medium and large, knotless all March. So I'll be working every weekend in March. But any time outside of that, I do hair every other weekend, unless I have one of my loyal clients and they need to get in somewhere on my off weekend, I would put them in. And that's like either one or two clients for that weekend, but it's like not something that's going to take me a long time to do. So I'll put them in. So yeah, so I work full time during the week, Monday through Friday. I get up at 5 a.m. every day. I get up at 5 a.m.
No way.
Well, actually before 5 a.m. I get up at like 4:40. So I get myself together, and then I'm out of the house no later than 5:20. And that's just to get on the compound because we gotta go through security and all that extra stuff.
Where do you work?
I can't tell you the exact location, but I work in McLean, Virginia.
Oh, secret.
It's a government facility. I just can't say like.
Right.
How do you survive without a phone?
The exact location?
How do you survive without a phone all day?
I actually like it. Like I didn't have a problem with it when I first found out that I couldn't take we couldn't take any devices inside. Because I like to be away from the world because I'm always on my phone. And people are always sending me messages or trying to book me in or asking questions. So I like to be able to get away and not to see any of those comments because I'm like the type of person, if I see it, I have to respond to it. So, but I am getting into it to where like, okay, they sent me a message, I'm gonna leave it unread so I know that the notification is there so I can go back to it and I'll reply to it later. But I enjoy being away from like everything right now.
So you know what? Let's do this. Let's get into the nitty gritty of this.
But wait a minute. Hold on, Joe. Did you share everything that you do new? So you work full time, you date occasionally, you are a hairstylist, you are a fitness instructor. I want to make sure before we dive in that we cover.
I do private parties, like I do like bachelorette parties, like
birthday parties.
But a lot of people have been trying to book me for sexy dance classes or confidence boosting classes, or like women that wanted to learn some sexy dance moves for their man, or just get their girls together and have learn some different moves. So I do that. Sometimes instructors ask me to make flyers or do their music because I do know how to mix music and stuff like that. I'm not a pro, but I'm good at what I do right now. Okay. So yeah, I think that's mostly everything.
Man of many hats.
Yeah.
That's what's up. So look, so I want to get into another topic really quickly. So with you've been doing fitness for 10 years?
About 8 years, almost
8 years?
9. 8.
Almost 9 years. Okay.
Mhm.
Almost 9 years. Okay, so when people see you on stage, when they see you and Nicole and Sharita and I asked this question already. So when you're up there and you're doing your thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
What brings, like, it looks easy. It's easy. It looks like you just jump on stage and it just oozes out of your skin, right? Would you say that? Would you say that it's just as easy as it looks?
It's not before you get there. Before you get on the stage, it's not. So like the behind the scenes stuff is not easy, but getting on the stage and performing and doing what you know how to do and love to do is the easy part.
Mm-hmm.
It's like having an alter ego. So like Nunu is my alter ego. Like, I mean, I'm always lit, even if I'm like at a birthday party or something. Like I was always a dancer. Like I always dance, but performing and being a fitness instructor is something different. And it's like when you get I get the energy from seeing the people, the audience, the students. Their energy gives me energy, and then like the music gives me energy, and just knowing that people are having a good time, they're smiling, and it feels good. So that's the main part. But sometimes you get on stage, like before you get on stage, you don't even feel like doing it sometimes. Like you have a movie day or like something sad happen, or you have one of those days, but you know that you agreed to do something. So it's like you have to do it. So once you get on that stage, it's like, it's going to make you feel better. So that just motivates you to get up there and do it.
So that's why it looks so easy.
That's why it looks so easy, yes. Because it feels good doing it. Especially when you're an instructor and you know that you're about to kill it, because you especially when you're creating your own vibe, you're creating your routines, you're creating you have all the choreography, so you know everything that you're going to do, so you can play off of that. Especially if you have if you bring students up that know the routines, or if you have a crew or a team that know the routines, like you can just start it and then walk around and engage with the audience. So that makes it a little bit easier if you can't really give your all, you can still give your all and give energy through engaging and allowing your team to perform.
Yes.
Because that's all they want. They just want the energy. They want just show them the moves, engage, hype them up, encourage them, and they're good to go.
Right. So of all the things you do, what is your most love? What do you love the most?
I love fitness the most.
Okay.
That's because it makes me feel good when I'm done, and hearing the feedback from the students and how they feel and how much weight they've lost or how much they sweated, how many calories they burned, and just seeing results.
So how did you get started with fitness? What was that? What got you started? What was that initial motivation?
As I said before, I was always a dancer, and one of my friends, Ingrid, wanted to lose weight. So we started in a line dance aerobics class with Wanda Thompson in Suitland. She's a Zoom instructor now, but she was a line dance instructor, and we were going to her classes. And then she became Zumba certified. And once she did that, she eased off teaching line dance classes and started Zumba classes. So we started doing that. I can't remember how long we were doing it before we took another class. So we was doing the Zumba, and one of her girlfriends was telling her about a go-go class. So, and all this in this process, I was working with this lady doing birthday parties. She had different characters. She used to do birthday parties, so I would dress up in like an Elmo or Diego character.
Wait, hold up, wait. You were a party costume person?
Uh-huh.
Let me add that to the list.
All right.
Listen,
my first gig.
Never switch a small beginners.
Lonnie, Lynette, she seen me dancing. It was in DC. She saw me dancing somewhere, and she came up to me and asked me to be a part of this hip hop team or something. And I was on this dance crew for a little bit, but I think I was on Craigslist or something, and somebody was looking for a dancer for a character, and I hit the lady up. And my first gig, you remember when they used to have the I can't remember what it's called. They stopped them. They used to have that big in the RFK parking lot. They used to have that big
Truckaroo.
No, it wasn't called that.
I don't know.
But they had the big stage. They had artists come out. It was a big thing. And my first gig was there, and I was in the Elmo costume.
I hope you weren't twerking.
Like on the video.
No, I wasn't twerking. I was like dancing. I wasn't like those characters I see now that's twerking and doing all that stuff. I was like
they will never
costume doing real loud choreography.
Oh, okay.
Making kids feel happy and stuff like that. So my first gig was hot. It was in summertime. So they had this event every summer. I can't remember what it's called, but WPGC was there. I was in this costume. And I stayed in my costume. It was like a head.
Yeah.
Superfest.
That's what I was about to say. The Superfest or the family reunion, one or the other. Probably
a family stole something.
Yeah, the family. Like one or the other.
Yeah, but yeah, it was a one piece thing. It zipped up in the back, and then it was like a head, and it was like these boot things that I had to put on, and the hands too. So I'm in this costume, but I wasn't really hot because like I had on, I think just socks and underwear. Underneath. So I'm in this character walking around. It's my first time. Like I mean, I just know the dance, so that's all I knew. I mean, she was just like entertained, so that's what I did. And they ended up pulling me on the stage. I forgot who was performing at that time, but I'm in this Elmo costume dancing on stage while this artist is performing.
Wow.
Because they're like, who's that? Like, I'm like, who's that guy? Who's that in that costume?
Where are the pictures?
Right.
Where's the video?
I gotta find them. And then when I find them, I post them. And I think I have a video when I was doing Beyonce or something. But so I was doing that, and the owner of this party business, she wanted me to get certified in Zumba because she wanted to start this fitness thing with the character and an instructor, and I was going to be the character, making up these routines, and it was going to be for kids to work them out. So she was paying for me to get Zumba certified. So that's how I got certified in Zumba. And so my class was already paid for and scheduled. So we go to this go-go class, and it's our first time there, and I'm in the back, of course. So we go inside, and it's already like packed. And we didn't know that this was like their taping of a DVD.
Oh.
Like, well, all these people here, we think we early, but we're late.
How many people would you say?
Everybody's there trying to get this box and, get ready for this video. And I'm like, dang, I want to be in the back. But I had to be in the back. It was a lot of people in there. And everybody's like, you sure this your first time? I'm like, I mean, I danced. So, but once the routines were easy. So once they show you the first time, you could basically do your own thing the next time, put your own swag into it.
Right.
And everybody's like, the guy in the back, the guy in the back. So when I'm leaving, the owner at the time was asking me, would I be on their fit team? And I'm like, well, I guess. I wasn't doing anything else. So I was just like, sure. So I was just getting into the classes for free. And eventually I was teaching some things. I got Zumba certified. And it went from there for me being on a fit team. And also, while I was taking the Zumba classes, the instructor, she would pull me up to the front because I would know her routine. So she'll pull me up to the front to do the routines, to lead the routines while she's walking around and engaging with everybody else. And students always was like, you an instructor? Where do you teach at? I want to come to your class. And I'm like, I'm not an instructor. I'm just, a student like you. So it just took off from there.
So your dance background, tell me a little bit about that. Was it in high school? If so, tell me a little bit about before the fitness dancing. Tell me about the dancing before that.
So I was in the 3rd grade, I think, and I was kind of husky. So I basically started dancing to lose weight.
You were husky?
So I was like, I didn't want to be fat.
Really?
Okay.
I couldn't imagine.
I can't see.
You were a little chunky.
You remember Bugle Boy? They had a husky. They had a husky section.
Cut, yeah. You used to shop in the husky. You shopped in the husky section.
I mean, I did. My mom did, but I used to wear husky.
I remember the little baby picture, but that was a baby picture. You had the little cheeks and everything.
No, elementary school, I was, short and husky.
Oh, wow.
I didn't want to be fat, so I started dancing.
Didn't know that.
So
my mom and dad danced, so I always had dance, But I really started dancing when I was in the 3rd grade. Watching, that was when MTV was out. I was learning choreographies.
Right.
I knew that whole Leah video, Rock the Boat.
Listen, I used to do it. I used to try to do I Get So Lonely by Janet.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Janet Jackson. I would watch those videos. I would learn those choreographies, and I'd be in here dancing. Then I used to do my own choreography, and we used to have family talent shows. So I would, my brothers, we would get together. I would make up the dances, and we would dance for the talent shows. And it just went for this. So I'm just a freestyle dancer. I don't have any type of training or any of that, just from watching MTV videos. And that's it.
And what is the stamina come from?
You never took an actual dance fitness class as a child. You never took hip hop or ballet or anything like that.
No, I wanted to dance when I was in high school, but it was so many other things that I wanted to do. I was into IT, and then I didn't want to do ballet, so I didn't want to wear tights and stuff. So I was like,
now.
I was about to say.
They're like, you gotta do both.
You went.
I don't want to do ballet. I just want to do hip hop.
Yeah.
That was that's why I didn't do it in high school, because I didn't want to wear the tights and have my stuff showing and stuff like that.
Where does the stamina come from? What is that stamina? Because you go and you go and you go and you go and you go.
Like a rabbit.
Where does it come from?
You mean stamina for everything that I do?
I'm speaking
on the stage.
On the stage.
Yeah.
Because it just looks a lot.
So
you be on 1,000.
I don't know if you heard that when you're tired, you work harder.
I've heard that
before. Sometimes I am tired, but when I get on that stage, it's I forget that I'm tired. The energy from the music, the students there, and the songs that I choose to do. If I'm doing a demo or at a fit fest or something, I'm just doing a 10-minute this or a couple of songs. I choose the songs that I know that's going to get me hyped, get everybody hyped, get everybody motivated. But it's when you're tired, you perform the hardest. And if you ever take a class like the White, we did this routine back to back to back. And each time it felt like it was getting harder and you were getting tired, but each time you was pushing yourself to complete it.
Yeah, because I be watching him. I'm like,
It's a lot.
nah, that's a lie. That's a lie.
I have one last question, Nunu, before we shift. I'm really curious about this. So you said, as a child, you were a husky child, and that was your motivation to start dancing. You wanted to dance because you didn't want to, you didn't want to be overweight.
Yeah.
Did it work? Because when I look back at your pictures when you first started out in dance fitness, you were a slim guy. Now you're much thicker now because you gained muscle mass. But when you first started out in fitness, you were a slim guy. So did it work for you?
So it did, and then as I got taller, I slimmed out as well. But the dancing did help with like my stamina and just moving and just going. Like I also played football, but home. Like with my father and my brothers, it was like street football. I wasn't a basketball player. I like contact sports. Like I like to go and tackle and hit. Yeah, I didn't want to play basketball because I couldn't hit you.
Street. Fall,
But in football, if I was mad at you and you was on the opposite team, I could tackle you and I wouldn't be fouled.
Right. It's a legal way of getting your licks back.
Yeah. But so I got taller and slimmed out. And now with dance fitness, even though I don't do a lot of strength training right now, I was, but I'm busy, so I cut back in like me teaching my cardio classes, and I do more cardio since a lot of people are staying home right now. My body just came from that, and I do a lot of body weight exercises in class, like it's cardio and hit mix. So like with the jump squats, that's all your body weight. So that's how I found up doing dance fitness, and like those arm routines. I have like 7 and 8 minute long arm routines in class. So doing that with just your body weight and no dumbbells or anything in your hand, that can really tone you out if you're really serious and focusing on those muscles and those movements and have the correct form. You can really transform your body just with your body weight. Now, if you add, 3-pound weights or 2-pound weights to that, it will increase, your muscle mass and how your body is sculpted. But right now, my body is just sculpted from my classes.
Awesome. So tell me about this hair, Nunu. Tell me about how did you get started with doing hair? You're quite good at it too.
So like I always wanted to do hair and I always wanted to dance, but you know how your parents are judgmental when you're younger. So it just makes you not want to do it. So it's like a lot of stuff that I'm doing now, I wanted to do when I was younger, but I was scared to do it or was always thinking about what other people would think or say. And, used to hide and play with dolls and try to do their hair and stuff. Sneak away with my little cousins in this countries down South Carolina, dolls, and try to braid their hair and stuff like that. So I started off doing my cousin's flexi rods. They had all these little flexi rods in the house, and I just started off doing flexis. And then I got a mannequin. I started practicing cornrowing, and I was always one of my friends, her aunt. She used to work at she used to own a salon on Georgia Avenue, and I used to go up there and sit and watch and on my breaks. And eventually she moved on this side of town, District Heights, and she had a shop over there, and I was already doing more than just flexi rods. I was doing like twist and other natural styles. and she was watching me. So when I was going to a shop over here, she eventually asked me if I would work there, and it was a natural hair salon. So we were just doing natural styles. She mostly had lock clientele. And another girl that was there, she was signing up to join Paul Mitchell Cosmetology School. And she suggested that I go too. And I was like, well, I'm not doing anything. So I applied and I was accepted. So I went to Paul Mitchell. And cosmetology school, they basically teach you the basics. They don't teach you how to sew in a weave or any other the other things that I do like braids. They don't teach you any of that. So most of that came from watching YouTube or asking. There were some Africans there that already had a gallery. They were just there to get their license so they can do like color and other chemicals and stuff. Because for natural hair salon, you don't really need a license because it's natural hair. You're not using chemicals or anything like that. But if you want to use chemicals to do relaxers, perms, color, anything like that, you have to get your license. So I would ask them for tips. I would braid during our free time in class. And at the natural hair salon, it was mostly locked, so I would just have my mannequin there to practice braids and other things like that. And on my nieces, that's when I first started really cornrowing. That's on my nieces. And over time, I just got better and better. I would go on Google and find pictures and try them with my niece's hair. And I stopped working at the natural hair salon because one day she told me, because I cornrow underhand, and she was telling me that that's not how you cornrow. And I'm like, well, I can't cornrow. Overhand, I can cornrow the other way. Like my cornrows not tight. They don't look right. So I'm like, it's still a cornrow, so why can't I cornrow underhand? And there's a lot of underhanded braiders.
Mm-hmm.
So that like kind of turned me off from doing hair a little bit because I'm like, well, I can't cornrow the other way. So, but after I left, I started braiding more. I had clients. My braids were looking good. So it just went on from there. It's just practice. Everything comes with practice.
So you didn't. I don't know if I misheard. You started as an adult doing hair, like you didn't do hair as a kid. Wow.
I was. So this was like when I first started fitness. I was doing hair a little bit before I started being an instructor.
Wow.
So this was like in 2011, 2010, 2011.
I just knew you were a little boy playing with dolls like because the way you're so good at it.
No, we started off with some little flexi wall curls.
Wow. So you know what you knew?
Well, you mentioned something, Nunu, that's very important. You said your parents were very judgmental, and being a young Black boy being raised in a home, were your parents strict? Were you raised in a home where, okay, you a boy, you don't play with a baby doll, or you a boy, you don't touch or do hair, or were you raised in that type of household?
I wasn't raised in that type of household. Because they never caught me playing with, the dolls and stuff like that. It's just like my cousin in South Carolina. He was, he's older, but he's like real flamboyant, and but he was molested when he was younger, so that's why, I was never molested, so I can't like really explain his story, but you just hear them talk about other people that are in a lifestyle, and that will always like hinder me from doing certain things because I can hear how they're talking about what they do or how they act. I mean, even though I don't act that way or was never like on as far as in it as they were, just hearing them speak on it just discouraged me from doing certain things.
Yeah. Right. I can't relate to that one because my situation, I grew up with I mean, a relatively good background. You know what I'm saying? So I really didn't hear like the derogatory statements or whatever. I do remember one time one of my uncles said to me, "Man, we so proud of you, man. We so proud of you. Man, we thought you were gonna grow up to be a punk." I was like, "Oh, what?" Here I am getting comfortable with me and in my own skin. And then somebody says that to me, that pushed me way back because I was just like, "Oh no, no way, never." But is that something that you embrace in the fitness game? Do you like really embrace like your sexuality, and do you use it? Because the reason why I say that, the reason why let me clarify just a little bit, because you are a gay man and you're black and you have the physique that you have, the majority that we are surrounded by are females, and mostly black females. I had it, I know you've had it, and how it's like they don't care.
They don't.
They will still rub on you. You know what I'm saying?
All over.
Like, what is your encounter with that?
So I'm more comfortable now, and so is my family, because I'm still the same person. Like, I didn't change. I didn't go out here and buy a wig or any of that. But it's just like, once I came out, it's just like, as long as you're happy, so. And then my grandma's family is from the South, so they are always, don't do this, don't do that. They're really strict on that.
Yes.
So that's
very religious.
Came from.
Right.
And it was mainly my grandmother. She's like, when you go down there, like I used to go down there with my cousin. She's like, when you go down there, don't go to this person's house, don't go to that person's house. I'm like, I mean, nobody can't just do anything to you to make you act a certain type of way.
Right.
But depending on what I wear, a lot of people don't know.
So are y'all okay? So are you both saying that are you both referring to and saying that you refer to yourself as a gay man, that you are a black gay man, for the both of you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh, come on, Nunu. Hesitation.
I mean, yes, but I just go with vibes.
Oh, so you're pansexual.
I like vibes.
No. Seriously, that's what it is.
A pan,
it's like you go off of the energy of the person, and it doesn't matter whether it's male or female. Is that true?
Because I'm not like, I'm an affectionate person, not really a sexual person. So it like, I can chill with a female or a dude. It doesn't like really matter to me.
So you would not consider yourself gay?
I'm more on that side. But it's not like I'm out here saying like, look at me, I'm gay and black. I'm just like, look at me. I'm cute.
But as far as the game, do you use that to attract your big classes, or when we had classes, when your big classes, is that something you would use? You would use your sexuality, not so much of being gay, pansexual, whatever, but just use your physique, and that's what it is, because we talked about an image.
Right. And so mostly people are looking at your image. They're not looking at who you are, what you like. They're looking at how you look. Like, and that's why when I do fitness stuff, I post certain things because I know what they're looking at, because they're always commenting on it. So I'm like, she coming to my class because she want to look like this. She want to see, or I mean, a lot of students come, or women come because they know you're gonna put on some shorts and they want to see something moving.
Well, that's actually how I started coming to your class. I started coming to your class because I don't know who the instructor was, but you were a visitor. It was David's class. David had just started teaching at Fitness for Less, and you were there to support him, but you were in front of me, and I was like, who is this? Like, he looks very cool. Like, he looks like he'll teach a good class. So, like, you're a walking advertisement, because that is the only reason I asked you. I was like, where's your class? And that was before you started working at Fitness for Less. And then you told me you were about to start working there. So I was like, bam, I know whose class I'm going to, because you're a walking advertisement.
That's
Yeah,
true.
so it's that, and a lot of women are just coming because of how you look. Not just that, off your energy and your routines and how easy it is for them to follow you. But I mean, I get a lot of requests from women for me to have my legs out.
Wait,
Can you
wait.
wear your legs out?
Yes.
Can you wear your legs out?
Wait, they ask you to wear shorts?
Like if I wear sweatpants or like my Adidas track pants, they request you like, can you wear top next time? Why you don't have your legs out today?
Listen,
how does that make you feel?
Sexy.
You into it? Yep.
Okay, so hold on.
You into it?
So let's go back, right? One of the things that I know that I've witnessed is women hitting on you, Jonas, male instructors, right? It seemed to be a common thing. How do you feel about that when they hit on you?
Sexy.
Sexy?
Listen, you already said you don't care. You already said
if it was me,
I flirt back.
Huh?
I flirt back.
You flirt back. So if I had one of my sisters say to me, Sharita, why you ain't had your legs out today? I'm gonna be looking at her a little crazy, right?
Because it's not a man asking. It's not a man asking you. But see, anywhere I'm at, no matter what I have on, they can still see my physique. So they're always asking me what I do. Like even men, these men with these chicken legs. I don't know if they're working on that, but like in the summertime, like if I have on shorts or something, men are asking me like, "How you get your legs like that?" And I'm just like, I work on my legs. But I'm like, I don't know.
Nunu. That's also natural. That's your genetics too.
Yeah. I always had large calves. They're more defined and toned now. But I always had large calves. I always had a small waist. My grandmother always used to talk about my waist. My waist was always small. It's been a size 29 since.
Oh God.
Yeah, so a lot of people ask like when I have on like jeans or pants, they're like, why your pants? I mean, my pants aren't tight, they're fitted, but I have room in them. They just look the way they do because I have a small waist and thighs and
Cakes.
a little piece.
Cake.
But it's actually my size, and like if I got a bigger size, I would have a bigger gap in my jeans, or I have to go get them taken in. Like some, depending on what kind of jeans they are, I still do have to go get them taken in because they fit. They just don't fit in the waist.
Right.
But I don't like putting on a belt and having that bulge.
Yeah.
Fabric at the waist. But most of my pants, some pants I don't have to put on a belt, but some pants I do still have to put. I like to wear a belt anyway. I don't like my pants to sag or drop down. But I like Levi's jeans because they fit everywhere perfectly without me having to go get them taken in. H&M jeans are fine too.
And cheap.
Yeah. So it just depends. Like I could buy joggers and sweats all day, but most of my jeans I have to go try them on because I don't know if the 31 I'm going to be able to get into because of my thighs. It can get in my waist, but
I'm telling you, I have that issue. I have to wear a certain size because of my thighs and my butt.
Mm-hmm.
And my waist is not that big. So
But yeah, the jeans aren't made really for us anyway. So you know, most of our jeans are funny.
Man.
Yeah.
I come from a thick family.
Hello.
So yeah, so women flirt. Men are intimidated by me. I walk with a lot of confidence, and people tell me this all the time. Even though a lot of people speak to me, especially a lot of women, they say it's my aura, but a lot of men tell me that they are intimidated by me, not just because of how I look, but because of how I walk. Like I just walk like I don't care. Like I don't have any thoughts about what anybody has to say. I have a lot of confidence. So men barely come to my class unless they're invited by one of their female friends, their girlfriend, their wives, because they think that the class is ineffective.
Yes.
Like, you going to this class all the time. Who's this new dude? Who's that? And then they come to class and can't get past the warm up.
I've had that too.
This one guy did come to my class. He was a weightlifter, a bodylifter. He came in and did my tap out session of my class. And I think that time it was like 15 minutes. And he said he couldn't lift weights the next day.
Can you explain tap out for the people that aren't familiar? Please.
Tap out. I started tap out because
you didn't have to pay for the name.
What?
Because I created it.
And
I was the only one that could do it. So
that was a moment.
It was.
But let's
is that a story? Is that a story, Jonas?
Do
we have a story, Jonas?
Oh my God. I don't know if there's something that Nunu want to talk about, but
we'll talk about it after I explain it. So tap out, I created it when I was an instructor at the Go-Go, because we always use Go-Go music, and just like Zumba, you have to use 70%
Latin,
and then 30% other. Go-Go was 80-20. So to break up the Go-Go, I created tap out, and that was a mix of hip hop and R&B. And it was a high speed mix, and I would do kickboxing and hit movements. So we'd be doing high knees, jumping jacks, jabs, jump squats. It was just a high intensity cardio workout. So it started off like 10 to 12 minutes, but now I have mixes that are 15 to 18 minutes. And it really gets your heart rate up. And I always encourage people to go at their own pace, breathe, march it out, jog it out if you have to. It's just the boost that cardio, get your energy up, get your heart rate up, and give you a quick burn. Just give you a quick burn. And I always give you a recovery before and after it. So they know that if I give you a slow song towards the beginning of class, they know what's coming after that. Tap out.
So tell the team what happened with the tap out
So with the tap out, since I created it, like the founder didn't really know what it was. So when she would visit my class and I would do it, I would have to explain it because she didn't know what it was.
Oh.
But when I was leaving, she wanted to take the name Tap Out, but it was my thing.
Oh.
I ain't paying the
I was trying to say that it was her name and I can't take it and she can do all this and that. And I'm like, it's just a name, it's in the dictionary.
Yeah, if it's no trademark, I think we all learned that from what's the girl that was doing the Queen's Court? Like if it's not trademark, then
it was just a name. People say tap out when they're wrestling. It was just it pushes you to where you want to tap out, but I don't push you over that. So that's why I call it tap out. Just
And I've never tapped out. I love when you do tap out, especially when you
guys tapped out.
When you do that.
Tap out really
time.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. We used to call hours mini sets. So hours was maybe about a 10-minute slot. And we would put in, I mean, you know, just a whole arrangement of DJ mixes or whatever at a high intense like tap out. But we called ours mini sets because of the whole situation at the NBC4 Expo.
Oh.
To be up there for a whole set, I think
it was 2 hours.
2 hours or whatever. And we got 15 minutes. 15 minutes. So we called it. No, someone, I don't remember who it was, but somebody said, y'all not going to
right. They give y'all a mini set.
We give y'all a mini set.
Oh.
Yes. So with that, we started using mini set. So yeah, that was funny. That was funny. But Nunu, y'all don't know it, but Nunu was up in arms. You hear me? And this is when Nunu was really out there.
Were you fussing and cussing?
What? Nunu was putting it out. Am I right, Nunu, or am I lying?
Wait, what you talking about?
I was like a Wendy Williams.
Right. Nunu back in the day, Nunu used to, he's grown up and I've witnessed it, which is a great thing. But Nunu would, he would, I mean, that scorpion tail, I mean, if you crossed him, if you did him dirty, if he didn't like something that you did, he will let you know.
I mean, I still would do that. I still would let you don't like it.
Right.
But your delivery is probably different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do you
your face?
You will say it, you will say it to their face.
Yes.
He says it with his chest too. Yeah.
He's more tamed now.
Yeah, my posts are tamed.
It was like to the point where it was like
but that day it was just like
down.
So many things like behind the scenes, so I had to bring it to the forefront because why are you doing all this extra stuff? And it was just like that day, it was just a lot of stuff, and everybody was like on my pages. My friend was like, I couldn't go to sleep. I would take a nap and wake up and look on your page and see you posted something.
Wow.
We would run to Nunu's page.
What?
What's happening? What is happening?
That was a hot day. That was the first time I did anything like that big though. That was like a whole spiel right there.
That was huge. I mean,
this is like when you pretending to be somebody else and nobody don't see it, like you just revealing who they are.
Because I mean, that's in this world too. I mean, this world of fitness, that's in this world too. It's like we have instructors who are one thing behind the scenes, but when they're out in front of people, they give this image like, oh my God, you're the best. But when other fellow instructors are around, everybody's like, no, this ain't who you.
It happens to one person and then people don't believe it. When it starts happening to other multiple people, and you're like, okay, that person's gone now, that person gone, so it must be something going on.
So we got the cat in this too.
Right. So how do you balance it all, Nunu? How do you balance it all? Being a fitness instructor, which requires work, and when you're out front, and of course, the work that people don't see. The hair, which requires a lot. Working a full-time job. All the things that you do. How are you able to balance it all?
So it is hard. Like I took a sabbatical a few years ago when I was working in fitness all the time. I was working at HHS. I was what was I? I was working at HHS. I was working in the fitness center. But we also I was doing admin work. I was doing like the calendar, signing up people for the gym that was there. But we also had to be instructors. and I think I probably had some of the most classes there. And I started at HHS just being an instructor with one class, and they didn't like Zumba there. But when I came there, I did what I teach, but we called it dance cardio. So after that one time that I taught that, the next time I came back, the coordinator was like, "You had the most people in your classes that we ever had here," and I thought he was just, saying it because I'm new and, you know, but he was serious. And then they was requesting for me to teach another class, so I was there Wednesdays and Fridays, and one of the guys was let go, so it was a position open that I applied for and I got it. So when I started, I only probably had 2 classes, but then I ended up teaching maybe 7 a week, sometimes 2 a day, and still had to teach my class.
Oh my God, that's nuts.
I've been there. I've done that.
Yeah, so I had to cut back. So when I took my sabbatical, I cut back classes there. I mean, because the coordinator wasn't really teaching as he should have. And I'm like, either you take some of these classes, or because I was going to teach my dance cardio, because that was like the most popular class there. My dance cardio class was like the most popular. Like I had men, women, Black, Asian, Caucasian, like all of them enjoyed the class. Like they would come and take a tour and see me teaching the class and like, oh, what class is that? And they're signing up for it.
Some of them came to a couple events, right?
Yeah, some of them come to some of the events as well. They do come out and support. But balancing it now, with the hair, I had to get back on a app, scheduling app, because it's hard. Sometimes, like, I don't even want to deal with my phone after being at work all day or teaching the class because I'm tired. I want to be bothered. I don't want to answer nobody's call or text about an appointment. So it would just sit there. So I'm like, and then like trying to manually schedule them, I would sometimes overbook. It was just hard because people just always booking. So I had to get back on a booking schedule. So that helps. And then me cutting back to doing hair every other weekend just helps my mental and have free time to either make up routines or just chill out, hang with the family. Because when I was busy, I didn't have a lot of time with my family. Like I will always be busy when they invited me to stuff, or if they have a family function or birthdays, I would always miss out because I'm slaying. And I mostly slay on the weekends. Then during the week, I'm at work full time, and then I'm teaching my class on Monday and Wednesday evening. But it's an hour class, so like sometimes I can't even go to sleep after class because you still be hyped and lit from teaching. Yeah.
After you're done, I got a real quick question, and I know you.
But it's right now it's a good balance. And even still right now, so with the pandemic, it was a lot going on. I was transitioning because I had left HHS. With the pandemic going on, we wasn't going to work. They was going to do virtual classes, but I was already set up kind of to do virtual, because I would sometimes go live in classes anyway. So it was easy for me to transfer over
Transition.
and to transition over. And at the beginning, I just had my angels. I think we were just in the living room. My first virtual class was in my angel Dana's living basement, in a basement, and it just started from there. And we gained a lot of subscribers from there because a lot of people was home. You couldn't go anywhere, so we were stuck in the house. So we gained a lot of subscribers that way, and I just took advantage of that opportunity at the beginning of the pandemic because everybody was home, and It was easy to do.
Mhm.
So with all that you do, Nunu, do you ever ask for help? Do you ever have to reach out and get help? Because a lot of what you do is one man, if that's a good way to describe
Mhm.
it. But do you ever have to reach out for help and ask for help?
So I'm the type of person that doesn't like to go back and forth with things. Like if it's a flyer or something, because if I need something changed, I have to. If you send me a flyer and it needs something changed, that means I got to send it back to you and tell you what to change. I would rather just do it myself, so I don't have to be like sending back and change this and do that, and you sending it back and we just doing this back and forth. I don't like doing that, so I'd rather just do it myself.
Mm-hmm.
So like the Angels really stepped in because they know behind the scenes how much stuff that I do. So the things that they could do, they would just handle.
Mm-hmm.
They'll just say, "Oh, well, I'll help you with this, or I'll do that." So that made things easier for things that to make. So I didn't have to do things, everything.
Right.
Like I would handle like the music and the flyers, but if it was something easy that they can do, I didn't have to do all this back and forth with, they would take care of it.
Mhm.
So do you ever get overwhelmed? Does it ever become a point that it is just too much?
The only time it becomes too much is if I'm like tired or if I'm already know that I'm busy and I have this fitness thing on top of that. It's just like you trying to cram everything in and get everything done. Especially like if I have to make a flyer or get music sent in or make a mix. That's when it gets overwhelming. And I'm like, I wish somebody else can do this, but I don't want to be disappointed with the
Mhm.
results.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm like, well, I just rather do it myself. So I'll be making a mix or doing a flyer or something because I'm a time person. So I'm like, I gotta get this flyer done and post it by this time. So I'm up making a flyer and I'm like, I like to give people time to see the flyer, to view the flyer, to schedule, to get their calendars ready and like, you know. So if I have an event, I have a flyer out at least a month in advance.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like to wait 2 weeks like that. Like at the gym, if we're having a holiday event, I'm like on it. And
Right.
then people started being like, well, why Nunu always doing this? Or why Nunu always doing that? And I'm like,
Mhm.
see, this is stuff that I don't say on Facebook because I don't have to. I don't have to post about it because I'm doing the things that I do because I ask. Like
Mhm.
out of my mouth. And a lot of people don't do that. I ask for what I want and I get it. If you don't
Mhm.
ask, you're not gonna get it.
Yeah.
That's true.
So
That's true. That's true. So,
a lot of other instructors be like, well, why Nunu getting this or why Nunu doing that? And I'm like, telling them mind their business because if they're not asking for it, they're not going to get it.
so let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Nunu. Do you miss the 5 Fit guys?
I miss everybody. I miss being with the crew and just vibing and feeding off everybody else's energies. But I
Yeah.
know it's hard. It's always hard being with the team because everybody has things going on outside of that. But when you
Mhm.
are able to get together, it's a great feeling.
Yeah. I always wonder, like, will that happen again? With the 5 Fit guys. Will that happen again? Because
Hopefully,
so much so much
hopefully.
so much has changed.
No,
so
I
much
mean, I'm sorry. I said hopefully because like you all brought something different to the table, and like I really appreciated that. Like all of y'all were different, and like it was something that none of us. Well, I hadn't seen it before, especially for 5 men. But go ahead, Jonas.
I mean, I think we could all do like a reunion here and there
you
and
think
just,
so?
vibe out.
You think so?
That's a good way to put it.
Especially like when it gets warmer outside.
What do you
So right now, I was gonna start back teaching. So I stopped teaching at the end of November. I mean, usually I always take a break at the end of the year anyway to get new material and things together. But I ended early because I was carjacked, so I was going through this mental thing, and I was supposed to start back tomorrow. Yeah, March the 1st. But I just saw in the news, I posted it, that this group instructor, she had COVID, and then she gave it to all of the students inside of the gym. And that they were saying that high intense cardio or workouts increases your chance of catching COVID. And a lot of these gyms don't have good ventilation inside. So right now I'm just gonna wait till it gets warmer so I could go outside. Because you just don't know. And even when you're working out, you still gotta go catch your breath. So you're like pulling down your mask and so you can breathe. And I'm just playing it safe. And right now, I mean, I would do virtual, but that means I gotta make room inside of my house, and I haven't moved and stuff yet. So just gonna have to be patient till it gets warm and we go outside.
They'll be all right. They will be fine.
I mean, there's a lot of different other platforms and classes you can take. Nikki still
It's
teaching.
a plethora.
Sharita, Donis, y'all still have y'all virtual classes?
Oh, we coming back next month. We coming back next month. We're putting it all together. We're moving from the Facebook platform.
Yeah. I teach in the gym, but like your class is totally different from my class. So yeah, you're always on 1,000. So yeah, it would be real hard to. And when I did take your class in the gym, I was still wearing my mask.
Right.
I'm different. Like
but it was hard for you. Was it hard for you to do your high intensity?
It was very difficult.
When with the mask?
In Nunu's class.
Yeah, in my class.
From my class. Yeah, that's a whole nother level. That's on some like,
you know what?
Spaceship Martian type stuff.
So when you had your mask on in my class and you was trying to do high impact, how did you feel?
I felt okay, but like I said, like I don't know, I'm different. I work outside. I'm walking all day. Like my lungs are pretty good, I guess. So it wasn't as bad. But if I was a regular everyday person that work out a lot or is not that active, it would be extremely hard for them to do.
You're gonna need a what you call it? I think Under Armour sells them.
Under Armour's not good.
They say
the
fitness mask.
No, I have
the filter. They're saying the masks with the filters aren't good because we can't wear those at work anymore.
Because the particles can get through the
filter inside. Yeah.
Jesus Christ, that's wild.
The Under Armour mask falls off when it gets sweaty. The sweat makes it heavy. The best mask that I've used is the Mission mask. That's the best that I've got so far.
And that's the one that you had on in my class. That's what you had on in the class, right?
I wear that to your class, my class, hot yoga. I wear that like this. That's the best.
It's called a Mission mask.
Mission, yeah. And then Mission
MISSION.
Yeah, the Mission cooling products.
Okay.
Oh, but Nuno, I wanted to ask you about. I know you mentioned the app for your hair, but like, I wanted to know if you had any apps to share because I know you helped me out with my flyers. You've given me apps to use. So, like instructors and creatives out there that make their own flyers or they edit their own videos and things like that. Do you have any favorite apps that you want to share with anybody?
Yes. So, one app that I do want to go over, it's another streaming app like StreamYard, but the StreamYard allow you to post text on your screen.
Yeah, you talking about the subtitles as you're speaking, the subtitles come up?
No, not the subtitles. Like if you had like your Cash App or something you want to type and put on there.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, because Nick is I think it's Nick that's posting the Facebook comments, so you could do that.
No, like on your video. Nikki, are you muted?
Oh, no. I'm talking like I know. I don't know. Let me shut the hell up.
Nikki, you muted? I can't hear you.
Nikki, you muted.
I'm trying to block that background sound, and I keep forgetting to hit the mute button again. So on StreamYard, you can do a banner. I haven't tried to do a lot on StreamYard yet. I'm still messing around with the extra stuff that I can do to it. Because I use it mostly for my videos when I teach class. So this is the first time I'm actually using StreamYard to do something other than record a class. But I know I have the banner at the bottom of it, like with my Cash App or the name of my class or whatever. I could put that there. But I think I set that up with YouTube, and then I go through StreamYard. But you got to play with that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. Like all of this.
That I did like when the pandemic started was called Switcher, and it's also like StreamYard. You could do Facebook and YouTube. And StreamYard and Switcher are also like third parties for YouTube. So if you do, because right now on YouTube you have to have a certain amount of subscribers to go live, but Switcher and StreamYard allow you to actually go live on YouTube without having those subscribers. So it's like a third party to actually be able to go live on YouTube. So Switcher is one, and with Switcher you can make different screens to post. So like if you have somebody behind the camera and you were speaking, they can put your slides up on the video while you're speaking. And, or if you had like a HIIT class, you can have the list of your HIIT workouts like on the side of the screen.
And this is Switcher?
Switcher. With Switcher, you can only use it on Apple products, unfortunately.
I got Apple, so I'm good.
Yeah.
But another one I wanted to share with you all is called Photo Room. And with Photo Room,
okay, there it is.
You can it takes the background out of your pictures. So if you wanted to make a flyer, you can take the background out, and it also has different color backgrounds that you can use for that picture as well. So
look, I did this picture with your with that app.
Oh,
see.
I didn't know that.
Yes, it takes the whole background out, so you can use that picture for a flyer and put it on the flyer without having the background.
I like it.
Nice.
Okay, that's great.
Yes. So Switcher. What's the other?
It's Photo Room, and what's the other photo one?
Canva.
Yeah.
It's a good
Canva's good.
App for creating flyers.
Canva's good.
And PixArt too. You told me about that one.
PixArt is a So let me show y'all Canva how it looks so you can download the right thing. So this is Canva.
Got it.
It has a lot of different
options
you can choose from for different flyers. It already has the layout and everything. You just got to put your information on there, put a picture on there, add a picture on there, and save it and hit it. And also with using Canva, I use a lot of different apps to create my flyers. So like you create your flyer on Canva, then come over to PixArt.
There you go.
And add your different filters or add your photos that you took the background out of, and different things like that. Add different effects. So those are a few that I do love to use.
Real quick, I know you mentioned this about YouTube, but my brother told me that, and I found out I did try it after he taught me. He told me that if you have a laptop and you record from your laptop, you don't need 1,000 subscribers. You can just go live through your laptop on YouTube. Only if you're using like a phone or a tablet, you will have to have 1,000. But if you're trying to go live on YouTube and you have a laptop, you can.
So you can't use StreamYard on your phone.
What'd you say?
You can't use StreamYard on your phone.
Yeah, you can. It's just better on a laptop. You have more options.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
like with the green screen.
I think we're going to have a tech segment. Nunu, would you like to come back for that? Because you are very tech savvy.
Oh, yes, I come through for a tech segment.
Okay. Well, Jonas, do you have any, out of respect for your time, Nunu, because I know you're very busy and we've kept you on here quite some time.
Not
but
today.
Jonas, any last questions or question for Nunu?
Actually, no. I just want to commend you on what you're doing and how you're doing it, because it's an example for up and coming, because we are the OGs in this right now. So it's really cool to see that you're moving and you're still moving and that you're adapting to every situation. So keep going.
Oh, yeah, we didn't talk about choreography.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Oh.
Yes, brother.
You know what? We may have to do a part 2 with you. May have to, because you got so many running pieces.
But the choreography is into the fitness, though.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, I get motivation every day. Like, I'm always listening to music. I don't listen to the radio. I have a lot of different playlists on my cell phone that I create and add music to. So a song will come on and it just start making up moves, like in the car or if I'm in the shower. It just comes to me. I'm not sure it's that easy for everybody, and it's not always that easy because they are something that I want to make the routine up to, that I choose just because I like it. Then that's when I have to like really think. But it's like certain songs that come on and moves just come to my head, and I'm like, okay, well, I got to add that to my list, because it's not even a song that I even thought of adding to my list. But since I created movements to it, it's like, oh yeah, I got to add that. So choreography, you always want to just try to add cueing to it. So my cueing is almost like a dance move as well. To make an easy transition that you'll know that everybody will be able to follow. And you want to make sure that the moves are easy to pick up, not necessarily easy to do, but you want to make sure that you have a modification for that move if you're going to do something. I'm going to say something. So you want to make sure you have a modification.
How often are you putting stuff together?
Anytime I hear the song, it's like something comes to me, or a few moves will come to me, and I gotta go write it down or record that for that song. I'll add more onto it later. So it's like the creative juices are always flowing. They're always flowing.
Is it safe to say that your go-to is go-go music? Is that like your love for your classes, or not necessarily?
I love all music. So like I had some routines coming from Sade. Go-go is home, and a lot of people love the go-go class. That's like the popular class. That's one of my popular classes, and Jumpstart Saturday. But go-go is my one of my most popular classes. Even people that are from here, they love the go-go class.
Yes, if you're from here.
No, some people that are not from here, they like the go-go.
Oh well, I'm not from here, and
they like the class.
Crazy. It's some people that's from here that don't like go-go, and I'd be like, how? But whatever.
Yeah, but I think it also depends on the selection of go-go music that you use, because I don't use a lot of bounce beat. There are some bounce beat go-go songs that I do like the Jerry Springer.
Yeah, and the backyard song is a tap out song, I think, but it's a backyard bounce beat, and I don't even.
Pac-Man Polly.
Yes.
The running song.
That's fine.
But you always want to out when you're creating these routines. You always want to lay out what body part you want to work out or exercise. If it's not a dance fitness routine, if it's like a mixture of a cardio and HIIT, you want to lay out what you want to focus on. So like I have routines that I'm just running, working on legs, jump squats, jumping jacks. So you just want to lay out what you want to do. When it comes to the more dancey ones, it's always how you feel when you get part of the song, and you can always let it flow in.
That's true. Well, thank you for that.
So people hit me up to help them add on, or if you've been to Nikki classes, you can tell that she kind of cues like I do.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Look, I don't care. I'll say it. Yes, I learned a lot from you. And when you talk about choreography, like you said, we have the same birthday. So yes, water and motion, they do help you become more creative. But you helped me to organize my moves. I came to you with moves, but you showed me how to organize them and make a sequence and do a pattern and all of that. So, and I told you, like, you need a workshop because you can be getting paid to teach other instructors how to put choreography together and how to make flyers and what apps to use and this and that. So I'll pay for the class. I don't care. I'll pay. And I know that there are other instructors that are willing to pay for that valuable information. So hopefully we can get one next year or something, get a workshop going.
Yes, you keep saying that, so it sounds like I got to put that into the works.
Yes, I help. I mean, you know.
Not.
But a lot of people would say that I'm precise, almost like, I guess, like a cheerleader or something with my movements or with my transitions and cueing. And like people that's been following me from when I was at the go-go, they have seen a total transition in how I cue. Kristen is one, she recently gave me compliments on how I used to cue. She said she saw how I used to cue, but she still stayed at my classes. Back then she still stayed, but she was talking about my cueing, and then I'm way, way better than I didn't really, when I was a instructor, I really didn't care too much about how the students felt. But compared to other people that used to be up on the stage or whatever, people would say that they would look to me for the moves. And I never understood why, but I understand more now. As people explain it, and as I see and watch videos of myself.
Yes, knowing how to cue is a core value. Like, it makes a huge difference. So you definitely have to come back because there's a lot to talk about when it comes to cueing, when it comes to creating routines, when it comes to making a playlist. And I remember you taught me the order of how to, start off slow, then build up, and, balance it out in the middle, and then bring it down.
Because your warm up is going to set your class. The warm up sets the mood for your class. So you always have to have a banging warm up song. It's a roller coaster. You got to take them on a journey.
True. That's very true. Yeah, I definitely see about 2 more sessions. We got to have a tech session. We got to have a choreography session. I mean, we might even have an entrepreneur section. segment. I can see more.
Yes.
Yeah, more segments. For men,
You can have, when it gets warm outside, we can have it outside and do the whole choreography thing, and then we can just, do a show and tell.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
I would definitely like that.
Yes. Let me write that down. That's an excellent.
And Nikki, while you writing that down, do you have anything else you want to ask Nunu? There she go again. She say no. I read your lips. No.
Look, hold up, no. You know I'm an old lady. I'm over here pushing all kinds of wrong buttons. But no, I don't have a question. I just want to say thank you for coming to the show. I appreciate you, and I thank you personally for all that you have helped me with, and thank you for being my brother. And I'm happy that we met.
Yay! Thank you for inviting me here.
Yeah. Is there anything else you wanted to say, Newski?
Is that the same comment they keep saying? I can't wait for. Oh, it's the same comment.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm going down so people can see it.
Oh,
Like it's still.
Well, Wednesday, I will be on.
Oh yeah. Hold on.
You forgot?
What's the
Hold up. I just saw it.
You forgot?
It's called
Because you did it for Valentine's Day.
Yeah, I did it for Valentine's Day. I did a little a sexy set. But I'll be on the Uncensored Network on Wednesday. This Wednesday coming up. So download the app, the Uncensored app. I posted a link on my page. Just download the app. I'll be doing an hour of go-go fitness. DJ Millie Mill will be there. Marnell will be the MC. It will be on YouTube. And I think Facebook. I will share the link when we do go live, but there'll be a talking segment before, and then DJ Millie Mill is going to DJ. I'm gonna do 30 minutes. DJ Millie and I will be going back and forth, so I'll be doing an hour total of go-go fitness on Wednesday.
That's awesome, man.
Awesome.
Use the music that I can listen to. Use the music.
It's the go-go. Oh, use the music. You said what?
Use the music I can listen to because I'm that. Booka baka booka baka.
Don't be disrespectful.
I ain't being disrespectful.
When you listen to those folk music, that Alabama music or whatever y'all listen to down there, that country stuff, you gotta listen to the booka all of that.
I'm good. Give me Jasmine Sullivan. I'm all right.
So Nunu, last and final question. Is it as easy as it looks? Yes or no?
Depending on as far as just fitness by itself.
No, we talking about everything that you do.
Everything that I do.
Balancing everything, from managing everything, from keeping it all going and flowing, and just everything that you do. Is it as easy as it looks?
It is not.
You make it look.
It is not.
I make it look easy. People say all the time, "You make it look so easy."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when you see it, but behind the scenes, it's not. And a lot of days, I wake up and I just don't want to do anything. Yeah. And I have like a lot of random emotional days, but I know people are watching, people are waiting. So, like, I mean, if I put something out, I don't want to not do it. So I'm that type of person.
Yeah.
What about fitness, New? Is it as easy as it looks?
Yes, because I love it. But no, because sometimes you're just not feeling good.
Right.
Those down days.
Yeah.
But fitness helps you push through those days. So that's when the easy part comes in again, because it just makes you feel better.
Right.
Forget about everything. You forget about everything while you're working out.
It's a form of therapy. It's like therapy.
And that's why they say it helps with depression too.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you, Nilski. We love you. And
I love y'all too. I enjoyed this show.
I miss you, bro. Hope to dance with you soon.
Yes, I miss y'all too.
You soon
Yes,
in
you
the
have to be outside.
Yes.
But making sense.
And we'll
I'm gonna be outside till I don't want to be.
And we'll set up our next segment. We definitely have to get it on the calendar.
Yes, whatever y'all want to know, whatever questions y'all have, I don't mind answering them.
Because I got some doozies. I'm waiting.
We could have a 5-Fit Guys segment.
Okay, no.
Yes.
We gotta go. You gotta go.
Look, like Funky not even as quiet as his cat. We're gonna make that happen. We're gonna make it happen.
Put yourself back on mute.
No, we're gonna we're gonna bring it together in brotherhood and love, and we're gonna make it happen.
All right. Well, thank y'all so much.
All right. Well, thank you, Nunu. We'll see you soon.
See y'all later.
Okay.
Thank you.
That was really, really